Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video is in response to another apostate who called himself Ismail. Okay, apostate Ismail, because he was arguing why the holy prophet had sex with his female slave. Okay, why? He was arguing that a holy prophet can have sex with his female slave. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me quote the verse that he was arguing about. It was in Surah 66:1. O prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful to you, seeking the approval of your wife, and Allah is forgiving and merciful. So basically, if you don't know the context of this verse, you will start to find everything in the hadith, and then that they find out that actually this verse, the hadith referring to this verse, was because Muhammad stopped having sex with his slave. At that time, it was the female slave was called Maria. Okay, because after he had sex with the Maria, the wife make noise. Why do you have sex with the slave? You know. But of course, you know, wife, they will always feel jealous. You know. No single woman will like to share husband, you know. That's why they always against polygamy. Okay, but why did Allah say Allah had made lawful to have sex with your slave? Why? Why did even Allah give permission to have sex with slave? You know, because slave is someone that you have the right possession. That means you can do anything to your slave. Anything, basically anything. That's why Allah said He had made lawful. Slave are lawful to you. You can do anything to your slave. But that does sound ugly to some people who think that, oh, this is not civil, you know, this is not civilized. Okay, so basically there is another word for slave that you want to use it for sex, you know. If you can remember, Hagar was a bondwoman to Abraham and Sarah. Bondwoman, what's the meaning of bondwoman? Slave woman. And why did Sarah even recommended to Abraham, you can by all means have sex with Hagar so that you can have kids? That was upon the permission given by Sarah. That means in these old times, slave, female slave, you have the right to have sex too, you know. You don't believe me? I will show you all in the Bible. It's in your own Bible that you never read. Okay, in Genesis 25:6. But unto the sons of the concubines, sex slave woman, which Abraham had, Abraham gave gift and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. You see, Abraham was such a big name. Abraham is known as the friend of Allah. Muhammad is known as the most loved of Allah. Jesus is known as the Spirit of Allah. Okay, look, even Abraham had concubines, a bondwoman that you can use as your sex toy. Enjoyment, you know. Then next, you will be surprised. In 2 Samuel 5:1-3, and David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David out of these concubines. So it was lawful for you to have bondwomen to have sex with. It is nothing new. Sex slave you can use for sex, and we call it concubine, you know. Such a nice name, concubine. And like father like son in 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women. King Solomon loved many strange women. Love, that means he had made love with all these strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, woman of Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians and Hittites. You know, king have access to his citizen. In those times, the king have the right to have sex with anyone whom he pleased. That was lawful at that time, you know. And King Solomon, my goodness, King Solomon, I wanted to say Muhammad was a king too, you know. In case you forget that you thought Muhammad was just an ordinary pauper, poor prophet. Do you think so? No. He chose to live a zuhud life. That means all his money, whatever money that he have, whatever wealth that he have, he will give it to the charity. You know, just like Jesus said, sell all your things and give it to the poor. So Muhammad follow the commandment, you know. Just in case you don't know, okay. Then in 1 Kings 11:3, and Solomon had 700 wives, princes, and 300 sex slaves. You know, 300 sex slaves. At those times, it was lawful for a king. David was a king, Solomon was a king, Muhammad was the king. Only exception was Abraham. We don't know what status Abraham was, you know. So, why are you making such a fuss that Muhammad had sex with the female slave, his own slave, whom he can take it as concubine? But you see, the beauty of Muhammad is that he probably hindered himself from having sex because he want to please his wife. Okay, I don't want to have any more sex with the slave, my concubines, because I want to please you. You are my wife. The difference between wife and concubine is after the death of a person, a wife will have inheritance, but concubines will not have any inheritance. So why are you making such a, you know, such a what? I don't want to say those words. Out of nothing, out of your ignorance, you know, you say, how can the Holy Prophet have sex with the slave? You know, you are bitching for nothing. Yet, you never read the Bible, you know. At that time, concubines are legal. Concubines are your slave that you can use for sex, female concubines. Okay, so I hope I have made it clear. And again, I'm telling you, Islam is the truth.